Alright, welcome back. This time I'm going to show you how to do yes. So if you're going to add things, right? So for add with no arguments, that's fine. You don't need arguments there. But what if you've got a function where you want at least like one or two arguments? I'm trying to think of one here. Like, well, let's see what max does by itself. Max. See, it expects at least one argument, given 0. So how would you do that? With just this args thing here, that would be tough, because that doesn't really specify. So how we do it is, so let's define imax. It's a very personalized version of max. Lambda. Alright then, okay, so you put it in a list and you do a. There, a is the first argument, and then this is the tricky part, dot rest. Alright, now like usual, this can be anything. It doesn't have to be rest. It could be like gumbo or Benny or Dune, just some other word, but that's just what I named it, rest, because that stands for the rest of the arguments. Now what is this like then? So let's do if let's just return rest, see what we've got. Alright, so let's run imax on just 4. Alright, so there, imax 4, a gets bound to 4, and rest is a list containing the rest of the arguments, but in this case, since there's no more arguments, it's just an empty list. Alright, so let's try imax of nothing and see if we get that nice error that we want. Yes, see, procedure imax expects at least one argument, given 0. Alright, so we've got what we wanted, but how do we work with this? Okay, so let's actually define the max function. You remember what max does, don't you? Alright, so max just returns the maximum of all the numbers that you give it. So in this one, 38, that should be the clear winner. Alright, so imax is going to do the same thing. Alright, so how are we going to do it? So we got a, and we've got this list here. Now we're not going to have to use apply, I don't think. Oh yeah, I think we might have to use apply. I take that back. Alright, so basically we can check if this is greater than okay, so imax we know returns, after we're done with it, it's going to return the biggest number, so we can just compare the imax of we can see if a is bigger than the imax of the rest, and if it is, then we know that that a is the biggest one, because we know that imax of the rest is going to be the biggest number out of the rest. But of course, so that's just how we recursively define it. And what do we do when it's just a by itself and rest is empty, like this? Then we just return, let's just return a, like so. Imax of 4 should be just 4, sort of like max of 4 is just 4. Alright, so this is quite easy, isn't it? Alright, so if null rest, then a. Otherwise, if greater than a, oh no, okay, so this is how I was going to do it. If greater than a, imax of rest, that's not quite what I meant I would do. I mean, I'd apply imax rest, because we're not rest is a list, and we need to apply it like we did before. Alright, okay, apply Imax rest, then we'll return A, otherwise we're going to return the apply of Imax and rest. Alright, now this is not, well, let's run it. I bet it will work, but it's not that great. Imax 4, 5, 3, 7, 8, 7. Oh right, that worked. Okay, but you see it's doing all these unnecessary calculations here, because it applies that one there, and then it applies it again, doing the exact same thing. So let's use a let statement, and we'll just let R equal apply the Rmax of rest. R might stand for return, or maybe it stands for rest. You just never know what it stands for, do you? Unless you're the one who made it yourself, like I am. Alright, so then oh no. Alright, so the if statement, we can just put an R there, and then we'll return R there. Alright, and that is a nice little version of Imax, and I wouldn't be surprised if the real version of Max is somewhat similar to this, unless of course it's some sort of like funny delayed evaluation keyword instead of a function. Alright, so there we go. 3, 7, 8, 2, 5, 3, 4, and 8 is the biggest, of course. Let me just check this. Max. Yes, Max is a procedure, and Imax is 2, and I bet they're about the exact same thing. Alright, well that's it for this video. Well, I hope you have a good one.